Hey YouTube and welcome. Now I know it's rare, but that thumbnail isn't clickbait. Yes, I managed to grow my account 100% in just over 5 months. Now in this video I'll be sharing with you my Myfxbook results that's live connected, so you'll get to see everything, the good, the bad and the ugly. So you'll learn from my mistakes where I could improve on, and hopefully that will improve your own automated journey as well. Are you ready? Let's take a look. Hey, so we're going to dive into these live results and how I've managed to get a gain of 100% plus in just over 5 months, completely breaking it down for you and being as transparent as I possibly can. So let's start talking you through this. Starting off up here, the naming convention. Profit Pilot, which is the EA that I use and is on the course Automation Trading Mastery. EU, Euro, US dollar, that's all it trades. And 160 is the last 3 digits of this trading account. You can see here it's real. Again, you'll get a lot of people sharing demo results. It's broker, leverage, and I use MetaTrader 5. Next, for those, you can also see that the track records verified and the trading privileges that I own the account. And more importantly, it's also live update. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, but those of you who may even be connected to Live Update, this edition costs $60 per account. If you don't use Live Update, the data may not be as accurate. Now, Myfxbook isn't always 100% even with Live Update, but using the drawdown as an example, when it's not connected Live Update, Myfxbook doesn't stream like or send constant requests to your server to authenticate to get that data. It sends it at intermittent periods. It could be a matter of hours, and I've even seen days. Whereas at least with this, you can see that that data's always been streaming. So like I say, Myfxbook isn't always absolutely on the dot, but you get much more of a realistic result with the live update. So what we can see then, we can see down here, I'm just going to zoom that in a bit. We've got a gain of 101%. You can see down here, I've deposited 10,000 and I've withdrawn so far 7,000. Now the deposits here, 10,000, and the withdrawal and the dates, they're just here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do to you to prove that I'm in control of this account, I'm just about to transfer the 633. I always like to take it back to 10,000. It's part of my withdrawal process of risk mitigation, which again, I teach in Automation Trading Mastery. So you can see everyone that I practice what I preach. So I've just hit that send request for the withdrawal. And we should see, boom, you're just seeing it there right in front of your eyes. It's gone to 10,000. Now it's live update, but it isn't trading at the moment. Today is Friday, the 2nd of May. I just decided we've hit that 100%. Today's NFP. I just wanted to turn it off and chill, do this video and be absolutely present. So I'm not trading today. I'll turn it back on Monday. Cool. So now you see that I own the account. We've got live update and we've got the deposit of 10,000 withdrawn, 7,700. You can see that the gain's 101%. Now the absolute gain, this is profit. So I've had a look at this. I've been working it out. I think it's easy to work out from the MetaTrader 5 app. That is, I believe, and I'm like 95% sure, that's all your commissions, swap fees, etc. So if you didn't have to pay them, you'd be up there now. But as you can see, just shy of 80% in total profit. Now, what I teach my students is to, rule number one, there's 8 rules. Only trade with disposable income. That's money you can afford to lose once all your financial obligations have been met. And rule number 2 is to withdraw your profit, so that then once this gets to 100% in the absolute gain, I've withdrawn all of the profit out. I've got that ready to go. Now, actually, this 10,000 was profit from another account anyway, but you can see I'm practicing what I preach right here. Moving down, you can see on average daily it's 0.3% growth, monthly 13.62, And the drawdown, admittedly, that's not the best, is 48.7. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, drawdown is current open trades that are running. So that means at one point, let's use the 10,000 balance as the example. The open trades, the market turned the wrong way, and at one point it was nearly minus 5,000. This set file that I created is part of the course, and everyone can see that journey. So when you see the backtesting and optimization, you saw that my results for this set file from the date range that I tested it, the maximum drawdown was around 30%, and I was happy with that. But you always have to allow for that little bit extra. But I'm being completely honest. While that 30% drawdown was there, that's nearly another 20% higher. We have had some crazy political events since, with the US elections. We've had Trump's inauguration. We had the Zelensky episode in the Oval Office. We've had the tariffs. So my point to you here, everyone, is those who do trade and backtest, don't always take it as gospel. Like, always allow for that little bit extra. But I'll also talk you through the growth and what I learned on the way, and avoided that anywhere near 50% once I learned that lesson. So yeah, we can just see the withdrawal. I don't know why it's saying 1% needs to. It'll update itself eventually. Like I say, Myfxbook does need a little bit of work, but you saw I made that withdrawal. Okay, so before we come back to this, let's go down. Today's gain 0. I've not been running, but this week it's done 4.6%. This month we've just gone into a new month, so it's 0.36, and this year, since January, it's done 50%. Trades. It's a martingale EA grid. I absolutely love it. Now, if you'd like me to do a video actually on why I love martingale, because a lot of people are scared of it, but if you like that video, just type in the comments martingale, and if I get enough interest, I'll do that video. We can see here the profit factor is 1.79. Now, what that means is for every pound lost, I've made £1.79 profit. Again, that's on the upper curve, so you're moving in the right direction. Excuse me. You can see the total pips traded. The longs won 64% and shorts 64%, and you can see the best and worst trades. Just going down a little bit here, again, no open orders, no activity. But if we start on when I started this in November, 15% growth, 16% growth for December. In January, had it off most of January because of Trump's inauguration, and took a couple of losses as well. We'll talk through that. February, a stonking month at nearly 20%. 13% in March. I've had it off most of April with Trump's tariffs. Again, we'll review that shortly, but still not too shabby, 6%. And at the moment where we currently stand, it's the 2nd of May, and I turned off auto trading yesterday on the 1st, so that's where we are. Okay, now let's get to this chart. Right, so what we've got here is the red curve is the growth curve of your account balance, and the yellow is the equity, so when it goes into the minus, etc. The yellow dot represents the deposit, the only time I've deposited, and the purple dots, or blue, I think they're purple, represent the withdrawals I've made. So starting off in November, we can see that it sailed up pretty nicely. And what's happened as well is, I say 5 months, but you'll see that I've had this turned off. And this is what I really want to share with you guys, to show you the true power of knowing when to stay out, basically. Right, so let's say the 17th. Right, so from the 17th here, this was the first time. With the bank holidays over Christmas and the uncertainty, I just turn it off. I don't leave it running, just in case something silly happens politically, and it could cause havoc. Now, it didn't this time, so you can see I started back on the 27th and got in. So the 27th it went back on, and bank holiday, did I turn it off again? I must have, to the 30th. And then we go December the 1st to January the 2nd. Now, let's see where we're at. What you can see here, from the 6th to the 7th, it shot up. It was a stonking day. I think that's where that 50% drawdown came, if I remember correctly. So what that would have been, and you can see in the back that green line, can you see that I just moved my arrow? That big green line right here, that's the lots. So that would have been a lot of drawdown, and that's where that came. So it took, and then the 7th came, 8th, 9th, and on the lead up to Trump's inauguration, which was January the 20th, you can see what I did. It was this period here, it was just sat in no man's land, and the markets were just consolidating. Now, given Trump's inauguration not far around the corner, what I did was, so I went from 40% growth. I just turned off auto trading and closed all trades and lost 7%. Now, this is the first point here, and this is what I really want to get across to everyone, whether you just looking into it, especially those who are just looking into it. When we trade with EAs, there are risks. Now, again, if you want me to talk through this, just type I love martingale, and I'll gladly, there are some risks in comparison with manual trading, but on the opposite side, there are a lot of benefits with trading with martingale and grid in comparison to manual trading. So again, just comment martingale, and I'll gladly do that video. I think it'll be helpful. But we have to know when to step away from the table. So my mindset here was, it was just moving along, and I was like, ooh, I'll kiss goodbye to that 7%. Now, what you can see in front of you, that red curve, it's continued to grow. If you were focusing just on that 7%, you may not have got out with that uncertainty around the corner. So that's £700. And you could have got in significant drawdown, or possibly even blown an account, just because you can't let go. And I always imagine if you're holding onto a rope with a rock hanging off the edge of the cliff, like, you've got to let go. So now with my style of trading with martingale, I just watch the political news and see it unfold, and I go, don't like it. And that sometimes does mean losing the battle. So overall, you will win the war. Now, from the 13th, I got back in on the 14th. No, yeah, 14th I got back in, probably closed it. Trump's inauguration was 20th. Now, me being an absolute tool, this is, I said, good, bad, the ugly. This is where I was a tool and I was greedy. One day after Trump's inauguration, I'm like, yeah, the markets seem all right. And then they seemed to just go a bit weird, and it was my own foolish fault. So what I did, again, turned off auto trading, and I dropped another 10%. So in January, I've lost 17% of an account growth. So this would have smashed it even quicker. I share this with you because losing that 17%, that's more than a monthly average. I would have actually gained by not trading. Does that make sense? You've got to know when to stay out. So from that point, just absolutely destroyed it. Absolutely smashed it. Now, here we got, see this drop here from the 28th, right? If you remember, I'm sure it's the 28th, that's when Zelensky was in the Oval Office. So I'm just sat at my computer, and what was that, 68% to 65, 3%. But I was sat there, right? And I start seeing social media blowing up. And I'm not I try and remain politically as agnostic as possible. Look, my take on this, I don't fucking trust any politician, pardon my language. But yeah, that kicks off, right? So I'm like, do you know what? Turned off auto trading, close all trades, took a 3% loss. Now, actually, if you go to the euro US dollar from Friday the 28th and look at the open on the Sunday, there was a gap, and bang, the US euro went strong against the US because there was like a load of political aftermath after that. Zelensky went to the UK and visited King Charles and this and that, and people were backing Zelensky. Trump was coming out with all this mad stuff. So I made the right decision. And again, especially these unpredicted political events, like elections aside and inaugurations aside, yeah, stay out. But seeing these things on the news, like, I could have just stayed in and hoped it hit profits and cleared. But look, I just went, nah, 3%, turn off auto trading, I'm going to chill. And then from the 28th to March the 6th, I was out. And it went up, boom, 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 March the 17th, and it kept going. So did I take a bit of a drop there? Yeah, it looks like I did. I think what I did there, yeah, there was a withdrawal. And all I did just to tidy things up, took a small loss of like 1%. Carried on going, stonking. Now what you'll see here from the April the 2nd, we're at 88%. This was when we had Trump's tariff announcements, turned off auto trading. And look at that. So only on the April the 24th did I go back in. So look at that. Boom. And again, if you check the charts, you saw the Zelensky bit, the euro US dollar with the Trump tariffs, everything increased. Like gold went, like gold's at nearly $3,500 per ounce. So you look at that chart and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. It was just a huge uplift. Now, this is where some of my community, they were running demo accounts and their accounts blew with martingale. So I'm being straight with you guys. Like, I'm absolutely convinced now, if you can just apply a little bit of like control and just common sense, like seeing something like, look, Trump's announcements are coming out. Yeah, you could make profit, but why would you risk it? So I was out back to the 24th and it just stonked it this last few days. I saw the markets, they were ranging nicely. And here we are today on well, that was yesterday, the 1st of May. Closed it, turned off auto trading. You just seen me make that withdrawal. This is just one of the accounts that I run. But now, hopefully, you can see that making money with martingale is absolutely possible. It's just about applying a little bit of control, especially of your emotions, and letting go. If you something seems like it's not right, let go. Now look, fortunately, again, in the Discord community, it was one of the members, Mike. I nearly got it wrong. I thought it was the 3rd with the tariffs. And Mike actually mentioned, he said, oh yeah, it's coming the 2nd. And I was like, and I actually jumped on immediately, recorded it for those of you who watch the news events, an emergency update. So if you haven't seen it, I'll just post the link here so you can pop that. And that was this emergency update. So I was that nearly caught me out. And that's also the power of having people to talk to and share with through this. And I saw it, made an immediate video, and I got out. So this is nothing special. I'm not some sort of trading guru. The reason I like automation trading is because I don't have to watch the charts. I don't have to select my entry points. I don't have to sit there all day watching candlesticks form and draw up, all the lines and wait. But again, I'm not knocking manual trading. I know people who make really good money. I'm just not a good manual trader. I'm not a guru. All I've done, guys, is just know when to go in and know when to walk away. And as you can see here, I've took a 17% loss in 1 month. I didn't get upset about it. Look at the boom, and it's just gone straight up. And that is what we want. So I hope you found this video of use. I hope that you've got something that you can take away from it. This is a new channel, so any likes and subscribes are massively appreciated. It'll help this channel grow and also to get my message out. There's some big things coming, what I'll be adding shortly. I'm just working through them, getting everything built up ready, but there are some bigger things coming. So if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button and watch this space. Thank you for getting this far. Please let me know your thoughts. Tell me where you're from. Do you manually trade? Do you trade with automation? Anything, any comment would be massively appreciated. And also, look, if you've got something to say in terms of criticizing, please drop it in. Just do it respectfully. Like, we can all learn. We don't need to fight and argue with one another. And any comments, even if it's criticism, just drop them in. If you've got any ideas, anything I missed, anything you'd like to see, Get it in the comments. All right, everyone. That's enough from me. 20 minutes. Okay. Thank you for getting this far, and I'll see you soon.